Hello, you're listening to WCVF FM Fredonia 88.9 The Voice. This is Peculiar Happenings. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Lee.
And welcome to our special for one night only, we've returned Radiothon episode.
Episode edition.
Yeah. Episode edition. That
Episode
is so
edition.
true. That is
Sorry,
precisely correct. Yeah, that's okay. I'm also tired. So this is our Christmas movie episode.
Yes.
It's December. It's near Christmas time. We have some other episode ideas on the back burner, but it's been a very busy semester for both of us. So unfortunately, we've had a bit of an unplanned hiatus.
Yeah.
But we're here now.
We're here now, and maybe we'll be back next semester.
And I have a list of Christmas movies that I need to pull up.
We do, and it's perfect timing because we've been snowed in here for the last week and a half.
I had a beautiful brisk walk this morning from the townhouses.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
5:30. Ooh, so
Were your
fun.
sidewalks plowed?
Kind of. There was a lot of snow, but I have my snow boots and I'll take it because at least it's not like solid ice.
Yeah, because I know,
which is better, I think, if you're asking me.
Yeah, we got another few inches. We got another like 5 or 6 inches, and then when I was walking, they had just plowed where I was walking, so I got a clear spot. I was pretty hyped about that.
Oh, that's a good thing. I thought you meant like they'd plowed all the stuff into the path. And I was
no,
like,
no,
that's rough.
No, they did the thing on the sidewalks.
They did the thing.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, so the first movie I have on our little list, and I think I tried to get a good amount of movies that we've both seen, but I also threw in some that maybe I've just seen because I think they're really funny. I want to talk about. Like, I really do want to talk about a very Muppet Christmas movie, which I saw for the first time last week at my grandma's house, and I think it's the craziest Muppet movie I've seen in my entire life.
I'm excited to hear about it.
We'll get to that. That might be our grand finale. We'll get to that. But let's start with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Because I feel like that one's a classic. That's another one. I'm sure I must have seen it when I was younger. I didn't remember it. I rewatched it for the first time like maybe a year or so ago. And I think it's a pretty fun movie.
It definitely is. I know when I was younger, I watched the TV safe version because we didn't have any streaming services. So it was just like on TV.
On the cable.
Yeah, on our cable. So, a lot of the scenes I did not remember. And then watching be fun. Yeah, watching as an adult and seeing everything, I was like, whoa, what is happening? The pool scene?
The pool scene.
That's crazy.
Oh, that was crazy. I forgot there was just a whole subplot where he was like fantasizing about cheating on his wife or something.
It's wild. And it's funny because that's a theme in a lot of those movies.
That's one of that's like just a thing in a lot of 80s movies, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of 90s movies. It's just kind of there. Because I remembered I was watching that movie, and it surprises me every year. I'm like, huh?
What is happening?
They could do that for movies made for, like, kids?
What the
I don't necessarily know if it's a kid's Christmas movie.
I feel like it's an older kid movie.
Yeah.
Like, it's more like I don't know, pre-teen, later movie. I don't know. Every family's different.
This is true. Also, it was the 80s. A kid's movie was any movie.
Yeah.
Any movie.
Very true. And that was kind of
no ratings, none. They just let them loose in the theater.
Yeah. My house was like that. We were watching Two Broke Girls as, I was very young.
That's so true. I remember there was some shows that we'd watch when we were younger that were probably for older audiences. Like, we watched a lot of Whose Line Was It Anyways, which I stand by it. That's still a very funny show, and I enjoy it very much.
Valid.
Good show.
As you should.
Good show. But to get back to the topic, National Lampoon's, I think rewatching that lately has made me realize how ridiculous the main plot is, because the main driving antagonistic force is this guy's boss didn't give him a Christmas bonus, so he can't buy his family a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And also his relatives are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like the end of the world.
Here's this little like main plot that's happening, and then there's so many subplots of all of these just terrible endeavors that happen, and not to mention the neighbors.
The neighbors. I was just about to mention the neighbors.
Yeah.
And there's like a whole SWAT
subplot.
team shows up at some point.
Yeah, like what the heck?
It's the perfect Christmas movie. It's truly not in the season of the holiday without a SWAT team kicking down your neighbor's doors.
Exactly. It's Die Hard adjacent.
See, I think my mom really likes Die Hard. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen
You're kidding.
No, I haven't seen Die Hard. I have not, unfortunately.
Best Christmas movie.
See, that's what I hear. A lot of people are like, oh, it's a Christmas movie. And then some people are like, it's not. It's not. But
it depends on who you are. I watched it on Christmas for the first time.
It was under the Christmas movie or holiday movie section on like Amazon Prime Video. So I don't know. I guess the consensus is still being reached.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a big debate.
Mm-hmm. I know. Isn't the guy that plays Snape from Harry Potter in it? Or am I making that up?
Honestly, I cannot remember now.
I need to search that up.
I think you're thinking. I think it's Voldemort.
What?
Is it the actor? I don't know. I feel like there is an actor in there, but I can't. It's been a decent. It's been like 2 years now since I watched it.
Alan Rickman in Die Hard. I swear it's the guy that played Snape.
Maybe it is. Maybe.
Yes, I think he was in there. Yes,
iconic.
As Hans Gruber in Die Hard.
Iconic.
It's crazy that I know this about a movie I've never seen.
I guess in my brain I went more like villain-esque, so I was like, oh, it's Voldemort.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, Snape is also a villain.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy. But this isn't Harry Potter debate.
Sorry, guys. We get off topic easily.
We get off topic so easily. It's bright and early in the morning.
It is. My brain isn't functioning properly.
Oh, my brain is also not functioning. So between the two of us, we've got about half a functioning brain, which I think is, pretty much awesome. That's pretty much all you need these days. Mm-hmm. Okay. So is there anything else we want to say for National Lampoons? Because if not, we'll move on to the next one.
I think we should do a liner before we do this.
Liner. Ooh, all right. We can do that. I think that is a good plan. We'll be right back.
Hey Siri, what should I listen to?
You should listen to WCVF FM 88.9 The Voice.
Does it have variety?
WCVF has variety. It is whatever those Fredonia College kids and community members decide to put on the air.
That sounds freaking amazing. Thanks, girl.
All right. We're back.
We're back. That's so true. You should listen to WCVF.
Yeah, you really should, because you can hear cool people like us.
Yeah, you can hear us. Although we're usually on WDVL.
Shh, it's okay.
Just listen to all the radio all the time.
Yeah.
There's always something fun going on. You might as well. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Such a praising image we've got here of the radio station.
For sure.
Fantastic. So lovely. So lovely.
But last thing on National Lampoons is it's a good Christmas movie. It's a little silly. You get to see crazy family stuff go on, and I feel like a lot of us have some crazy families. So
yeah,
if you want to see an even crazier family that makes you feel sane, go on over and watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah. It is very interesting, but make sure you are an adult.
I mean, I think it's a fun movie. Yeah, I mean, that's that. Listen, I'm running out of things to say. Do you want to talk about A Christmas Story now?
Yes, we can.
That one is my dad's favorite, and I think that is also a very fun Christmas movie.
It is a fun Christmas movie that I've only watched once.
You've only seen it once. We watch it every year because, like I said, it is my dad's favorite.
As it should be. It is a good movie. It's one of my...
When was the last time you watched it? Has it been a while? Do you remember the main beats?
I watched it, I think, my senior year of high school.
Oh my gosh, so it's been a while.
But I remember the main beats.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it was one of my friends from back home favorite Christmas movies. So when she found out I hadn't seen it and she talked about it all the time,
you have to see
she
of course have to
sat me down and made me watch it.
Understandable. I think I'm just trying to think, what are the most iconic things I remember from the movie?
The lamp leg.
The lamp. Oh yeah, fragile. Must be Italian.
It must be Italian.
Yeah. There is someone on our street that has a lamp leg, and they put it up in like one of their main windows every Christmas.
That's amazing.
And I think it's because they smell small replica. They smell small, huh? They sell small replicas of it. This is like a full size one.
Oh my gosh.
Like the full leg lamp.
That
right in their front window.
Amazing.
It's really fun.
That's probably their prized possession.
Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, I think they have it like a little pedestal. They have a bunch of like neon arrows pointing at it.
That is quite literally iconic. I know I say iconic to a lot of things, but that is iconic.
Mm-hmm. But trying to remember. There's a lamp leg. There's the kid that licks the pole and then the tongue gets stuck.
That was a fear of mine as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, that was terrifying because it was one of those intrusive thoughts telling you to lick the pole.
It's like you could do it and it'd be so easy.
Yeah, but everyone tells you you're going to rip the skin off your tongue. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's scary. But now I want to do it more and I don't know why.
I mean, to be fair, to me, it feels like the solution wouldn't be that difficult. You just have to pour warm water on it, and then it'll detach. Not whatever they're doing in the movie, trying to like yank
him off,
like yank the tongue out of this kid's mouth or something.
I think one of my favorite images from that movie is the little brother wearing all of the layers.
Yeah,
and he's waddling through the snow. Like that was us as kids in my family. My mom would bundle us up.
Mm-hmm. That's what like Halloween felt like as a kid, because it'd be so cold. And it's like, oh, you have to wear a coat over your costume. And it's like,
no, not my cool costume.
Mm-hmm. I remember there was one year on Halloween. I must have been really younger. I don't remember the year exactly. This is the Christmas movie episode, but I'm talking about Halloween because that's how I roll. And it's a funny, like, non sequitur tangent. It was howling and it was miserable and it was cold. And there was one kid, like this one teenager in a Scream costume, in a Ghostface from Scream costume, on roller skates. Going around, it was like the most efficient method of trick-or-treating I've ever seen in my life, especially in less than ideal weather. It honestly, I had to respect it. It was a vibe. Real.
I would have been scared.
This guy was getting around.
He was zooming.
Which is like going way faster than I was, which is also because I was a child and probably like 3 feet tall. But the point still stands.
That's a great image of Shelby.
Ghostface was zooming on Halloween.
That's so real.
Yeah. I think that might have been the year I was Strawberry Shortcake.
You were Strawberry Shortcake?
I was. There's
love
pictures
that.
of it. I think it was the same year that my brother was Bob the Builder.
Oh my gosh, I need to see these photos.
And then there was another year that we were Luke and Leia from Star Wars. Because, well, they're not twins, but we're twins.
Yeah.
And my mom made like
Aren't they twins?
Leia's hair. I don't think so. Are they?
I think they were twins. They were born at the same time.
Oh my God, you're right. They're twins. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So that was even more of a perfect costume. But my mom made the hair buns out of like these earmuffs with like this brown yarn, which we still have because for some reason there's strands of it on my desk at home.
That's so weird.
I went back and I was like, what's that doing here? What are you doing here, almost 20-year-old pieces of yarn? But
crazy statement.
There's that. I believe I was Abby Abominable from Monster High one year.
I always wanted to be a Monster High doll so bad.
It was fun. There was one year I was like gender swap Jack Skellington. I don't even remember. Awesome. I don't even remember how I pulled that one off. I just had like this generic sort of spooky girl's costume, and then I was like, "But I'm Jack Skellington, guys."
I need to see all these photos, but we should probably get back to the Christmas special.
Yeah, this is true.
It's okay.
I could go on so many tangents about Halloween.
Halloween is a great holiday.
But it's December, so Christmas, yay! What else is there? I always thought the bar of red soap in the movie was nice. Like, you know, after he swears. Yeah. When he says, oh, fudge, but he didn't say fudge. I've always just been like, that looks like a nice bar of soap. I just like soap. Yeah. I'm like, that is awesome.
If you were given the choice, would you take a bite out of that bar of soap?
No, because I think the implication is it's like washing out his mouth for swearing, so I can't imagine it would have been pleasant. Of all the soaps I would choose to take a bite of, I don't think that would be the one.
Okay.
I just think it's like this nice red soap. It makes me think of Christmas. I'm like, probably smells like cinnamon.
It probably
in my brain,
does.
It's like this nice cinnamon soap, perfect for the holiday season.
Yeah, my daycare used to threaten to wash our mouths out with soap.
Oh no!
Yeah,
that's not good.
They were kind of crazy.
Yeah, did they ever actually do that, or
no?
Was it just words?
Just words.
Okay,
but it was very threatening as a child.
Yeah, that's not awesome.
Yeah,
I don't remember much about my daycare, other than that. There was like someone dressed up as the Easter Bunny at one point. I was like, oh, it's the Easter Bunny.
Oh my goodness, he's real. He's there.
And there was one time I was out sick and you could bring home these books and they'd come with little plushies and I really wanted, you could rent it out and there's like this Snow White book with this Snow White plushie that was my favorite. Ooh. I really wanted it, but I was sick. So I think it might've been my grandma was getting it for me or something. So she got me the one with like the lamb and I was like, I wanted Snow White.
Darn.
Actually, I wanted the Snow White one.
Actually, thanks, Grandma, but I wanted the other one.
I wanted the other one because I was
please and take it.
Like 3, and that was my highest priority in life.
Yeah. I think that was a very high priority for a lot of us. Yeah. Things like that.
Oh, I just remembered. Sorry, I'm still thinking about Christmas Story now. Because I just remembered the whole plot. Do you remember the whole plot that there's like these bullies?
Yes.
That I couldn't even tell you what they're supposed to be, like, what faction they're supposed to be representing.
I don't even know. I just vaguely remember them.
Yeah.
Like, it's a thought in my head where it's just like, oh, there were definitely those
One of them
bullies.
had, like, one of those raccoon skin hats.
Yes, okay.
And, like,
I remember
these
them.
Weird
I remember them.
brown fur coats.
Yeah, they almost looked like those old trappers. You know, like...
Yes!
Like, that was the vibe that they were giving.
Yes, like beaver fur trappers in colonial Canada or something. That is the vibe they were giving. I think I remember... The main character's name is Ralphie. Yes. It's Ralphie and Georgie. Oh, my parents are going to crucify me because I keep forgetting everything's names and what is what and what isn't. But, because I remember there's a scene where Ralphie, like, punches one of them and stands up to them.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, I can't remember if he gets in trouble for it or not. I think he does.
Probably.
But it's, like, self-defense.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty, I think that's acceptable.
Yeah.
You gotta defend yourself.
You've gotta.
Okay, so I'm gonna go through some of the other movies I have because I just wrote down a bunch that I've seen and that I like.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you've necessarily seen or haven't seen. So I wrote down A Muppet's Christmas Carol. Have you seen that?
I saw that a long time ago, so it's gonna be a bit of a memory jogger for me, but I'm here for
We should watch it this year.
I'm down.
Because it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
We could watch it on Wednesday when we do the gift exchange.
We could. Oh, that's so smart. I wrote down Klaus.
Yes, I've seen bits of that.
Oh, you need to see the whole thing. It's so good.
That's the animated one,
yes,
right? Yes.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
And then this one was suggested by Leanne, The Polar Express, and then in parentheses, live action remake potential.
Oh.
Because the thing that they talk about with their sister is that The Polar Express is one of those movies. Because you know how everything has a live action remake now?
Yeah, everything.
But it's all stuff that doesn't really need a live action remake. It's all like some of Disney's most successful movies ever, like The Lion King. Or they're making How to Train Your Dragon live action movie now.
I know.
Which is, I think, a shame.
The actor who is playing Hiccup does, if Hiccup was a real person, does seem to kind of give that vibe, and he has a similar voice.
Maybe I'll watch the trailer then just to see that. But
yeah.
I don't know. It just annoys me because it's like, it's a money grab. And it's like, ooh, the Final Form Media is live action.
For sure.
Animation's like, no, it's not.
No.
But actually, do you just want to talk about The Polar Express now while we're on it?
Yeah.
Because The Polar Express is one of those older movies that I feel like everyone saw. I feel like for every Christmas event we had in elementary school, I'd be sat down with my plate of grocery store cookies and hot chocolate, and we'd watch The Polar Express, or at least some of it. It was always either The Polar Express or Elf.
Yes. Okay. And this is my opinion. I got really, really sick of watching The Polar Express. It just got so repetitive, and the animation style freaked me out as a kid. But I was freaked out by a lot of things as a kid. You know this. We've started rewatching the claymation type stuff.
We're getting you into some stop motion animation.
Yeah, it's not as scary as I remember it being. But as a kid, I was just terrified of everything.
How do you feel about like Wallace and Gromit? Because that is like actual claymation, but it's very different from some of the earlier styles of claymation, which I definitely think are a little freakier.
I honestly haven't seen the whole thing. I've just seen like bits of it, and I've seen like they're just like, I feel like classic
the Curse
images.
Of the Were-Rabbit?
Yeah, I haven't. I think I watched part of it when I was really little, and then we just never finished it.
Understandable. They're making a new movie. They're coming out with a new one.
Really?
I think it's called Revenge Most Foul, but it's spelled foul like the type of bird.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's, the evil penguin. The evil penguin's coming back.
From what? From Wallace and Gromit?
No, the evil penguin went to jail. Because the evil penguin committed crimes.
Who's the evil penguin?
It's the evil penguin. It's the main antagonist of Wallace and Gromit. The evil penguin. The little beady-eyed evil penguin that has no soul.
We're going to have to watch this.
The soulless penguin from Wallace and Gromit.
I have no idea.
We do need to watch it.
Yeah, we will have to. Okay.
You need to know the evil penguin. It's awesome.
Indeed.
There's like a whole scene for the trailer where this penguin is in prison, like doing pull-ups on pipes to like get ready for his revenge.
What the heck?
As he's staring at like a newspaper article about Wallace and Gromit stopping his evil plans.
What? That is wild.
Make, like,
the lore is going crazy here.
The lore was... So the lore... This is a Wallace and Gromit sidebar now. So sorry. But I think So Wallace is the guy. He's an inventor. He makes a lot of crazy stuff. And his dog is Gromit.
And I do remember, like, him when he's getting up in the morning, and it's like
it
all
puts
that.
his pants on for him, shoes, all that sort of thing. Gromit is his dog, and is kind of like the voice of reason, but he doesn't speak. Have you ever seen Shaun the Sheep?
Yes.
He's kind of like, the dog in Shaun the Sheep, how the farmer's doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And then the dog is like, "Arr, don't do that. And the dog basically runs the farm. Like, "Arr." That's basically the same niche that Gromit fills. It's like this kind of sentient, humanish dog. Like, he knits.
Yeah.
But the plot of the movie is that Wallace invents this, like, sentient, like, robot gnome that starts doing all these tasks around the house and starts doing all the things that Gromit usually does. And I think it's a pretty clear metaphor for AI. But Gromit's like, oh, man, it's doing all the things I usually do. And then the penguin, like, hacks into the gnome and the gnome goes on the rampage. And I think that's the main plot of the movie. This is just from the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is maybe the trailer.
Interesting. We're going to have to look into this for another...
Oh, yeah. But, okay, to get away from the Wallace and Gromit segment, let's get back to the Polar Express.
Right.
So, I feel like that's one of those movies we watched so much, you do just kind of get sick. For me, that was Elf, because every year, every class, Christmas time, it was the choice was always between some other Christmas movie and Elf, or sometimes it would just be Elf and we wouldn't have a choice, but for some reason, Elf was always chosen.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't think it's a terrible movie. I don't think it's probably my favorite Christmas. I think I liked it better when I was younger, but by now the novelty is worn off because it's just every year over and over and over.
I definitely like Will Ferrell, and I think he did a great job in it. And I love Zoe. I don't know, Deschanel, I think is how you say her last name.
Maybe?
Something like that.
I don't know the actress's name, to be honest.
I love her because she's from New Girl. I just know her as Jess Day. But I do love her in that, and that was like kind of a starting point for her. Or not, like, it was just she was known for it. But yeah, I did like her in that. I think it is one of those movies that's really overdone, especially now, since Christmas has become bigger in the sense of, like, I mean, it always has been, but, like, you know, buying novelty things or, like, having, it's, like, very, like, gift-centric in, like, I don't know. I can't find my words right now. But if you go to Walmart, I guarantee you're going to find something elf related. Like, they make elf syrup
It's very merchandised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, just because of that iconic scene, they make syrup that is just has his face on it. And it's like, it's regular syrup, but, you know, it's special.
What is it? I think we got this little, it was one of those sort of gag gifts you can get at Kohl's or something in the front area. It's like this little box that has Buddy the Elf in it, and you press it, and like he flips out and he says something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is, but we have it. It's at our house somewhere in our Christmas decor.
Oh, slay. Should we do a quick station ID?
Yeah, let's do a quick station ID again. Guess what? You're listening to WCVF FM Fredonia 88.9, The Voice.
Slay.
Yeah.
Woo.
We're on the radio. You're not on the radio.
We're on the radio.
We're on
listening.
the radio.
That's
and
so
you're
cool.
Listening. Yeah.
And we appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. We appreciate you. Listen to radio. Yay.
Woo.
I have a radio alarm clock that I've had for 11 years that is going strong.
Although
sometimes the audio doesn't work and sometimes the screen fades and I have to hit it until the numbers come back. It invents new times sometimes.
Oh my goodness.
Because it'll just fade and it'll be like 6 and then it'll try to do like part of a 0 and then part of a 2 and I just have to flick it and then it comes back. And I'm like, oh, my beautiful boy. My beautiful boy. You got another 11 years left in you. I know you do.
I know you do. Just starts whacking it.
Yes, because they don't make this alarm clock anymore.
No.
It's out of production, so I can't buy a new one.
That's so sad.
Which means if it ever truly eats it one day, like actually, I'm going to have to go on eBay and find another one.
Devastating.
Because have you seen new alarm clocks? They're confusing.
Yeah.
And it's also my CD player. I love playing my CDs.
Dang.
Anyway, to get back to what we were talking about like 10 minutes ago, the Polar Express.
Yes.
I feel like that is one of the ones that would make for a decent live action remake.
Right.
Because I think overall it's a decent movie. I think it's fun. It has its moments. The hot chocolate scene is iconic.
The hot chocolate scene is iconic.
as you love to say, so iconic. The animation is, how do I say this? Hard to look at sometimes.
Yeah.
Not quite to the level. Have you ever seen Hoodwinked?
No.
Okay, I'm going to show you the poster for it just because this movie, genuinely a fantastic movie. It's really funny. It's really well written. However, it was also made in like, let me see what year it was. It was made in that era of like early 2000s animation where they hadn't quite figured some stuff out yet. So you know how the first Toy Story looks, how at the time it was revolutionary, but now you look at it and you're kind of like, oh, there's some stuff off there.
Yeah. Especially with the people.
Yes. Imagine that amplified tenfold.
Oh,
and that is the whole movie.
Oh, goodness.
That is the whole movie. If my phone will load, I can show you. But I feel like Hoodwinked is also one of those that, honestly, they could reanimate it. But I think it would also make a really good live action because, again, like I said, it's an older movie. This is the one time I would support a live action remake.
Because they're not just trying to make money off of it. And even if they are,
they're giving it like
a
much needed refresh.
Exactly. Because I feel like a lot of people do know. Like, I feel like even if you haven't seen it, which that's really hard, I feel like not to have seen it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to show you. No, you're good. I'm going to show you the Hoodwinked poster really quick because my phone loaded.
Oh, I know the ad. Yep.
So
I recognize the wolf and the little red.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that Polar Express is a movie that if you ask anyone, they know of it.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a good movie to remake in the sense of everyone would know it. And I think people might actually be excited about it because I feel like people did get really bored of it.
Yeah.
Also, I love that. And now his name is leaving my brain. I literally just had it.
Oh, that's okay.
The guy who voices the conductor.
Oh, is it Tom Hanks?
Yes, Tom Hanks. He voices like multiple. He voices like all the characters.
Seriously?
Like,
in the Polar Express?
Like half of them.
I never noticed that.
He voices the that guy with
that guy. Oh,
the ticket guy.
Oh, that guy.
And then
the conductor.
The conductor. I literally just said it and then left my brain again.
That's okay.
And then he voices the ghost on the roof. And then he voices like...
Oh, I forgot there was a ghost in that movie.
Yeah. The ghost on the roof.
I want to know who pitched this movie and how they did it.
I have no idea because I don't even understand how he plays a role in it, to be honest. Like, there's a lot of, like, eeriness to that movie that, like, is like, how is this related?
I think it kind of due in part to, like you said, some of the aspects with the ghost and the movie in general, and also the animation. There's like this kind of uncanny valley feeling to it.
There is.
It feels like one of those movies that should be lost media that we only have some like really creepy clips that exist from.
That would be so
but
scary.
It's not.
I think it would be one of those things that I would like never want to see clips of then because I would just be scared. Be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Is this the other timelines?
Yeah. No. It's like straight up. I forgot there was a ghost. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I really need to know who pitched this movie, who went into a room where they pitch movies. I don't know what it's called.
Watch it be Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks goes and is like, I have an idea for this movie.
They're just like, well, you're Tom Hanks. We'll listen to you. Okay.
There's this train that comes on Christmas Eve, and it takes kids to the North Pole to see Santa Claus and all his elves. But also there's the ghost of like a 1930s Great Depression era hobo that lives on the roof.
On the roof. And then you got those
the train conductor is voiced by Tom Hanks.
Yeah, the two crazy guys that are shoveling the coal in to like heat it.
And they drifted train across a frozen lake at one point. And they're like, absolutely Tom Hanks. This sounds amazing.
I want to
make this movie.
I have an idea about something to bring up, and it relates to all of these movies to a sense, but specifically we'll talk about the Polar Express.
Yeah.
You know how he gets that bell? And it's like, you can hear it if you truly
shake the bell,
believe.
You can hear if you truly believe in the spirit of Christmas.
Yes. Okay. What I'm confused about is in a lot of movies, they say that the parents don't believe anymore. How do they not believe if
but if
Santa
presents are like appearing under the tree nowhere.
Yeah. How would you just not believe? Because if I was an adult and that was happening, I'd be like, either someone's breaking in or Santa is real. And sorry, kids who are out there listening, which you probably aren't. Santa is definitely real.
If there are any 5-year-olds listening to a college radio station at perhaps 6:36 a.m. in the morning,
Santa is real.
This is perhaps a bigger issue.
Santa is real.
Yes, Santa is real. But hypothetically
in these movies, how do these adults not believe?
In a crazy other world.
How do these adults lose their ability to this?
Yeah, stuff is still appearing under the tree.
Yeah.
Because
where did he get this bell from? Oh, Santa gave it to you.
You are so correct. You know what? That's something I also think about a lot for the facet of The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's just like a well-known established fact of the universe that Santa is real.
Yeah.
Because there's news reports when he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
When Jack takes over.
And then they
the military like tries to shoot Jack's Halloween sleigh down with missiles, which is also crazy.
Absolutely insane.
I love that movie. I do love that movie.
I'm just starting to realize that a lot of these movies have crazy plots and we just like choose not to talk about it.
I think it's because we grew up with them, so we're used to it. We're like, yeah, this is normal.
It's normal.
There's been a lot of instances where I'm watching movies and I'm like, yeah, this is good, or yeah, this is a normal movie, and then I'll show it to someone who's never seen it before and they're like, what are we watching?
What's happening? That was us when I showed you the Mystery Begins Scooby-Doo, and then we watched the second one and we were all just like, what is happening here?
So I think the first one, as far as it goes, wasn't... I thought it was entertaining. I love the fact that the main villain's motive... So I love the fact that, the monsters are real, and this one guy summons them from a book.
Yeah.
To, like...
Get a stamp.
Try and close the school, because there's the old school that's sunk underneath it, because there's a stamp in there that he really wants. I think he wants to sell it for a lot of money. And the main villain is the principal of the school, and our only clue to this is at the beginning of the movie, he says he likes stamp collecting, and he says that, like, Shaggy needs to get a hobby.
And so he's
like, I like stamp collecting. Also, canonically, Shaggy has a driver's license, and they live in Ohio.
Yeah. That movie's just wild in general. And
I really enjoy it for the camp value. The next movie...
I can't even.
I think the next movie... Also, Haley Kiyoko as Velma, pretty great.
Pretty great. Not just pretty great. Amazing.
Great. I do think it is absolutely hilarious that in the second movie, because the first one, it was a Cartoon Network movie. This wasn't shown in theaters. This was kind of straight to TV, straight to DVD. The second one was straight to DVD. Mm-hmm. I think they're like, this is a Cartoon Network Scooby-Doo movie. It's going to be straight to DVD. No one's gonna watch it, so they just do whatever. There are so many random musical numbers that I could not tell you why they happen. They just do. Again, we have the Shaggy and Velma love plotline, and it's like
terrible.
Like Daphne and Fred, they got together in the first movie, but now their relationship is falling apart. Scooby's just not in this movie.
I know. I was going to say that. What the heck?
We think they didn't have the budget for the CGI.
No,
so he's
they really
in like
didn't.
2 scenes, and then the rest of the movie, he's just not around.
Yeah, and it's just him being jealous that Shaggy is trying to get with Velma, and it's like, what is happening here? They should make a Scooby-Doo
really
live-action Christmas movie. I'd be here for it.
Ooh,
Bring together all the original cast from the 2004, or 2002, whatever the year is. I just searched it, but the Spooky Island one.
Yes,
we
the
should
Spooky
bring back all
Island
those
one.
OG actors.
Isn't there the one that you really enjoy? That's like the Abominable Snowman.
Yes,
that might technically be Christmas. We should watch that.
Scooby-Doo Chill Out.
Chill Out Scooby-Doo.
Chill Out Scooby-Doo.
Oh, I love that. I feel
that
like
one's good.
I have a separate list of all the Scooby-Doo movies we need to watch because Camp Scare is still quite good, I say, and as is. Oh, I forget what it's called.
The stage one? Stage
Fright. Yes, it's Stage Fright, but it's basically Scooby-Doo does Phantom of the Opera.
We need to watch
generally that. That's just genuinely actually the main plot. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else? Okay, so we talked about the Polar Express. We could talk about A Christmas Story and Klaus, but that might be a little more difficult because you haven't really seen them. Well, actually, no, not A Christmas Story. Sorry, I misread my notes. A Muppet's Christmas Carol.
We can end on that. I mean, we have a few more minutes.
We do, because, we started a little late.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right. I really love Muppet's Christmas Carol. I think it's my favorite Christmas Carol adaptation I've ever seen.
Okay.
My profile picture on Discord is Gonzo the Great.
Yeah.
Specifically from A Muppet's Christmas Carol because I love Gonzo and I love that movie. It is genuinely, I'm quite certain, actually I know for a fact there are just direct lines that they picked up from the book by Charles Dickens in the movie. Uh-oh. And that is the only, and I haven't read the actual original book in quite a while, so this movie is the only reason that I can quote small fragments of Charles Dickens.
That's crazy.
It's awesome. I love it. The whole plot of the movie is it's the plot of A Christmas Carol, but with the Muppet characters thrown in. You've got Gonzo is narrating as Charles Dickens, as sort of this omniscient narrator. And Rizzo the Rat is just his kind of buddy. He's just his kind of buddy. He has a bag of jelly beans. He gives Gonzo a little kiss at one point. It's amazing. It is my favorite Christmas movie ever. Leanne also likes it. Leanne wrote an essay on it about how Scrooge goes through the hero's journey in this movie for an English class, which crazy. I do think is amazing. It is a very good movie. Now, so obviously there's Ghosts of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. The Ghost of Christmas Past has this very uncanny valley aspect to it. It is kind of freaky. Because it's like this child ghost, but it's got this face almost sort of like the puppets in A Dark Crystal. But it's got these bright blue blinding eyes and like just this smooth, flat, completely white, colorless face and like this cloud of red hair floating around. That part's kind of creepy. But the rest of the movie is great. It has some of my favorite lines. We need to watch it.
Maybe we should watch it on Wednesday.
We should watch it. All right, so moving from that to a very Muppet Christmas movie, which I just want to talk about. I know you haven't seen it. I know most people haven't seen it. So this was a 2002 Muppet movie. It was, I think, the last Muppet movie made before Disney bought the Muppets. And it's kind of crazy. So the main plot, like a lot of Muppet movies, is that they're about to lose the Muppet Theater. They have to raise money to get it back, which is also kind of the plot of the 2011 The Muppets. Basically, this movie is what if the Muppets did It's a Wonderful Life with Kermit? Are you familiar with It's a Wonderful Life?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the plot of the movie.
That's
plot
crazy,
of the movie is
that's a pretty heavy...
Yeah. So the plot of the movie is there's this evil business lady played by Joan Cusack. I forget her name, but her last name is Bitterman. And
of course it
Bitterman is. Banking and something. The acronym for her company is BAD with 2 B's. She wants to buy the Muppet Theater. She manages to get the contract for the theater, and because the Muppets are trying to raise enough money to pay her to keep it because they're behind on their debts. She gets the contract. She manages to change the time that the money is due by so she can get the theater with the help of Pepe the King Prawn. Because Pepe the King Prawn's thing is in every movie. There's like this evil lady that's trying to do something bad to the Muppets. Yeah. And he's just like, whoa, evil lady. And he goes over to her side, but then he comes back in the end. The things they managed to get into this movie is crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Because the plot is they don't end up being able to get the money. They have a moment where they're like making Fozzie look like the Grinch, and they've got people in like full Whoville makeup and set being like, there he is, he stole our things. We just need to watch this movie. It's crazy. There's a scene, they don't get the money to the evil banking lady in time. So Kermit ends up basically becoming very dismal. I forgot a whole plot of the show they're putting on. They parody Moulin Rouge. They do a parody of Moulin Rouge. Oh
my goodness.
But they call it something, I don't know what they call it. I think maybe they call it Muppet Moulin Rouge. I don't know what it's called. It's there. I know it's there because I recognize the music, and they specifically said in the movie, what if we did like Moulin Rouge? Matthew Illiard is in this movie as like an eccentric director originally directing the Christmas stuff before he quits. Which I think this guy's career trajectory is insane because you've got like Scream in the 90s.
Yeah.
2002, a very Muppet Christmas movie. And then also 2002, he's Shaggy.
That man is so iconic.
Listen, this guy, he's having a great time. But
I love him.
The whole plot of this movie is they end up losing the theater, and Kermit gets so dismal about it. He sits outside the cold by himself and ends up like freezing solid at one point. And there's this angel in like Muppet-verse heaven who's like, oh no, Kermit, I gotta help this guy. And he has to go to God for help, who is played by Whoopi Goldberg. Which I think is incredible.
Crazy.
He's like, you gotta let me help this guy. So he ends up getting sent down. And Kermit is like freaking out about losing the theater. And it's just like It's a Wonderful Life. He's like, I wish I was never born. So he takes him to an alternate universe where he was never born.
Oh no.
The Muppet Theater is this evil lady's nightclub.
Oh my goodness.
Honeydew is the guy who like checks the list to see if you get in. Beaker's a bouncer. They have Beaker in like a black tank top with giant arms and like a tattoo.
What?
And he ends up throwing Kermit out of the club at one point.
Oh my gosh.
At one point they have one of the Muppets Scooter like dancing in the club in a crop top in like a cage while they play the opening. Listen, while they play the opening of Closer by 9 Inch Nails.
I need to sit down, and I'm sitting down.
I could not tell you how they did this. I could not tell you how they got away with this. I'll have to tell you when we're done, there's another joke that they had that I'm just not going to say because I don't technically know if I can say it on air or not. But I think it is the craziest movie I've ever seen. In the alternate universe, I'll tell you what happens to all the Muppets. Miss Piggy's like a crazy cat lady who pretends to be a psychic. Who pretends to be like a Jamaican psychic.
Gosh.
because she didn't make it as an actor.
Poor Miss Piggy.
Gonzo is a busker
Playing
in like this giant mall that the evil business lady built. Fozzie Bear, straight up a pickpocket.
I love Fozzie
Straight
Bear.
up a pickpocket. There is actually quite a funny joke in it, though, because after they get thrown out of the club, he helps them up and then runs away. And then Kermit's like, oh, glad to see Fozzie hasn't changed much. And then the angel guy is like, he did steal your wallet. He picked your pocket. And Kermit like looks at himself and he goes, I don't even have pockets. How did he do that?
Oh my gosh.
This movie is absolutely bonkers, but it is also very entertaining, and I do think we should watch it. I'm trying to remember what else from this movie that I was watching that I was like, what?
What is happening?
That I was like, huh? How did they do this? You know, Pepe the King Prawn is in it. I think Pepe might be one of my favorite Muppets. I say that about every Muppet, but Pepe is really funny. Kind of makes the movie.
I feel like
makes the movie.
Every
Period.
Muppet movie kind of gets away with a lot. I feel like there's just a lot about the like Muppet universe that just oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, yawning.
So this is technically our like little Christmas movie episode, but we're just kind of talking about a bunch of movies, which is fine.
It's okay.
It's relevant.
It's okay.
It's relevant. We've basically talked about all our movies anyway, so
Yeah.
I think we can get a little tangential with it.
Yeah. Do we want to play one more liner before we continue tangentially?
I don't know if we have to do a grapevine at one point. So you know what? Why don't I do that now? So we can just talk the rest of the time. Let me tell you about some fun things that are going on.
On
so
campus.
Let's talk about High Noon Friday, because High Noon Friday is pretty great. Tune into High Noon Friday, SUNY Fredonia's longest-running variety radio program, airing every Friday at, you guessed it, it's noon. It's High Noon Friday.
Woo!
It features campus, local, and national news, sports, weather, student-made segments, and trivia. Be sure to tune in to either WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5 every Friday at noon. It is just like Radiothon today, where it is being broadcast on both WCVF and WDVL. So wherever you go, you're going to find it.
Exactly.
I think there was a couple weeks, some of the trivia segments sound really fun, and I really wish I could do them sometime, but unfortunately my schedule conflicts with it. There was like a cryptid trivia section.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was naming different cryptids, and I know I would have cleared the floor with that one. I would have done such a fantastic job, I believe.
Oh, I think.
Me personally.
I have no doubt.
I think I have enough cryptids in my brain to go around.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think the Muppets movies are always just kind of crazy. I think the original movie starts at a certain level of like silly tongue-in-cheekness, because there is a point where they just give the script to the Electric Mayhem to catch them up on what's happening, and they're like, oh, whoa, dude, that's crazy. We'll paint your car in a disguise. And it just kind of goes up from there. There's a scene in the Muppet, because I have watched a lot of the Muppets movies just for fun. There's a scene in the Muppets Take Manhattan where Miss Piggy is doing stunts on like a bike. But I mean, she's a Muppet, so there's not really a good way for her to do it. So I didn't catch this the first time. I had to rewind the scene because like something looked off. They have a scene where she does a stunt where it's just a person in like a mock-up of her costume with like a big Muppet head on to look like her that does like, it's obviously just like a stunt double that does like a giant jump at one point over some stuff. It's hilarious.
That's great.
I know I need to see The Muppets from Space, because that's the one where the whole plot is Gonzo is an alien or something, and it is like the lowest ranked Muppet movie, so I need to see it, obviously.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm just trying to remember, what else is there? I'm just thinking about like the 2010s Muppet movies now.
Yeah.
The Muppets is pretty good.
Yeah.
Muppets Most Wanted, the concept of Kermit having an evil twin is kind of insane, and I love that.
That movie is the reason my sister was terrified of Kermit the Frog for years.
That's really funny.
Yeah, she was terrified of that.
It's not even Kermit, it's Constantine.
Exactly.
His evil Russian, I think, twin?
Yeah.
I don't know. That movie
has a black mole.
Yeah, that movie was kind of weird looking back, because it's like, why is there just a plot point that, like, Kermit is sent to a gulag in Russia? What's happening there? What is happening there, guys? Why was that what we decided to go with?
One could ask that about many things.
One could ask that about many things. One could ask that about literally every other movie we've talked about today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep yawning. Going back to the Muppet movie we were just talking about.
A Very Muppet Christmas Movie?
Yes. At the end of the movie, do they do the signature every time a bell rings, an angel gets their wings?
I don't think they do.
Dang.
I think the movie ends.
Fumbled.
The Muppets, I think they do end up, I think they were going to end up losing the theater, but then, I'm about to yawn.
I got you. I'll talk.
Thank you. Excuse me.
For 2 seconds.
They were going to do the original, the Muppets lose the theater, but for real this time. But I think at the end of the day, Pepe pulls through and is like, I've come back to your side. Because the whole reason he just ends up joining up with the evil business lady is he's like, wait, you'll pay me actual money? Because the whole plot is like the Muppets, they don't have any money.
No, they're Muppets.
Like no one's been getting their wages for like a year or something because they keep having to put payments on the theater. So Pepe's whole thing is just like, wait, evil pretty business lady, you'll actually pay me? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, all right, bye guys, good luck.
Adios, have fun.
And he hangs out with her for a little bit, and then he comes back at the end of the movie and he's like, just kidding. I fixed everything. We still have the theater, guys. Don't worry, I got you.
Ooh, celebration.
Yeah, celebration.
And hopefully Kermit wants to live this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Kermit's fine. Well, because he sees how much worse things are without him.
Yeah.
Kind of like the original It's a Wonderful Life, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Except I don't think Kermit is a World War II veteran. Because I think isn't that a plot point?
I feel like
I have to assume I watched It's a Wonderful Life for the first time like a little while. Oh, is It's a Wonderful Life the one where they're dancing at like this high school reunion and the floor opens up and there's a pool? Yep. Yeah. Can you imagine having a pool beneath your gym floor in high school?
That would be kind of crazy because I feel like
every time there's gym class, someone would like do the thing and people would fall in.
Exactly.
Like, just for fun.
They would just be like, if they had access to that like pulley or whatever it is, they would pull it. 100%.
100%.
I think I'd want to. I don't think I would, but I think the thought would be there.
Yeah.
But alrighty.
I'm yawning. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We got booth plays. We're gonna have some lovely music
lovely tunes.
An artist called Brad Yoder up next from the album Somewhere in the Constellation. All right. So this has been our little back for one night and one night only. Get your tickets now. Return of Peculiar Happenings. Talked about Christmas movies, all that sort of thing. 'Tis the season
to be jolly.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
What if we just sing Christmas carols for the rest of this time?
Don't we know?
Yeah. I don't know if we can do that. We might as well just play something on our phone at that point.
Yeah.
You know what? An idea for next semester. Just singing Christmas carols the entire time. As many as you can remember for as long as we can.
Goodness. I don't know if people want to hear that, but
I think it would be funny.
I think we should
Honestly,
force them to.
I think it would be very entertaining. All right. This has been Peculiar Happenings, our fun little Christmas movie episode. I'm Shelby.
And Emily.
Stay weird.